Hello and welcome to On the Mat with Lydia. That's me. Whatever has brought you to your practice today, you are very welcome here. Today's class is Pilates for strong legs. So of course, a really great lower body focus today, working on inner and outer thighs, hamstrings, quads, glutes, and a little touch of core as well because I just couldn't resist. We will be on our knees for quite a bit of this practice today, so if you like to add a bit of cushion just to protect those guys, feel free to grab a blanket, double up your mat if you would like, just to add that little bit of extra support. Always a great idea. Whenever you're ready, let's get started. So we'll begin seated, bringing your legs out in front of you with your knees bent. Now feet are gonna go wider than your hips, and I like to bring my hands behind me just for a little extra support. From here, lift your spine up nice and tall, navel hugs in towards your spine, and start to drop both knees over towards the right side of your mat. So feeling that stretch through the inner length of your left leg, maybe a little turn of your chest if that feels good. And then when you're ready, lift your knees back through center, and let's drop our knees over to the left. Now we're gonna start to link this movement with our breath. So as you inhale, come back through center, nice and open through your legs. And as you exhale, drop your knees to the side. Maybe sweep your opposite arm across. Inhale through center. And exhale, drop your knees. So finding some sweet movement for our hips here before we get into more of our strength work today. And practicing this action of linking breath with movement. Noticing how it feels to breathe through these postures. So when we are moving through our Pilates practice, we want to make sure that we're breathing nice and high into the rib cage. And that's because we're going to have to keep our core engaged for much of this practice. So practice here now, keeping your navel hugging in towards your spine as you inhale and expand through your rib cage like a balloon. And then as you exhale, you're gonna tighten that connection, hugging your belly button even closer towards your spine. Now the next time that your knees drop to the right, optional add-on, press up through your hips so you feel a little extra stretch through the fronts of your hip flexors here, and then drop your booty back down. Same thing, knees come through center, drop to the other side, option to lift your hips, and then drop them down. Hands can always help you the entire way. If you're feeling a little saucier today, maybe you take your hands out of the equation and you just focus on that movement through your legs. One more time each side, whatever variation you've chosen here today. Hopefully feeling a little bit more awake through your lower body here now. And as you come back through center, just take a moment to stretch both legs long, maybe give them a little shake if that feels good. And we're gonna meet each other on hands and knees, finding our tabletop position. So spread your fingers nice and wide, that way you can really press up and out of your palms. And then same thing through your torso here, belly button hugging in and up, breathing into your ribs. With your next inhale, start to lift your heart, let your belly drop into our cow pose. And as you exhale, round your spine, push away from the mat, find your cat. Inhale into your cow, really sending your shoulder blades down and back. And exhale, puff and around into your cat. A few more rounds here with your breath. Adding in any other movements that feel good, maybe swinging the hips side to side, maybe nodding your head yes or no. No need to overthink this, just moving with your breath and feeling whatever is sweetest for your spine. Let's take one more full round here at your pace. And we'll meet back in center, nice long spine whenever you're ready. Now hands will come forward a little bit closer to the top of your mat. Toes will tuck if they're not already. Start to lift your hips to the sky. Find downward facing dog. Maybe pedal out your heels a little bit if that feels nice, just helping to wake up the backs of your legs. And then when you're ready, we're gonna step our feet together. Turn your toes out so that your heels touch. This is our first position. If this is feeling icky for your knees or your hips today, take your feet a little wider but keep your toes turned out, heels lifted. Beautiful. Now take an inhale here. As you exhale, begin to bend your knees and send your hips back towards your heels, like your little frog. Take your inhale, push forward to a plank position, coming onto your tippy toes. And then exhale, send your hips up and back, downward dog. Beautiful. Inhale here. Exhale, squat into that little frog position. Inhale, press forward, find your plank, strong shoulders. Exhale, hips up and back, downward dog. One more in this direction. Inhale to prep. Exhale to squat, send that booty back. Inhale forward to your plank. And exhale back, downward dog. Now same thing but reverse the order. So as you inhale, shift forward to your plank. As you exhale, squat, knees wide, hips back. Inhale, push your hips to the sky. And exhale to reset. 2 more like that. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, squat it back. Nice stretch for the chest. Inhale, lift your booty. And exhale to reset. 1 more time at your pace. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, squat back. Inhale, booty to the sky. And exhale, drop your knees to the mat. Untuck your toes, but keep your big toes together. And then sit your hips to your heels, child's pose. Option to keep your arms reaching forward or sweep your arms back if your shoulders need a little break, palms face up. Breathing into the back of your ribs, your upper back. Take an inhale here. And exhale, let it go. 2 more breaths here, opportunity to relax your belly just for a few moments. And on this last exhalation, draw your belly button in towards your spine once again, strong core connection. And then slowly bring yourself back up to hands and knees. Now we're going to find ourselves in a modified side plank position here. So right palm planted on the mat, right shin is going to come down with the right toes pointing to the long edge of your mat. That way you can turn your body open to the side with your left toes pointing forward, outer edge of your foot rooting towards the floor. If this is feeling icky for your right wrist, always the option to put a block under your hand, perhaps make a fist instead. That'll just keep that long line of your wrist intact for you. Now that left hand is going to come behind your left ear. Remember that hugging in of navel to spine and use that strength to lift you all the way up until you are kneeling on that right knee. So again, right knee underneath you, left leg nice and long. Hands behind your head, take an inhale to get tall. As you exhale, dip your right elbow towards the mat, leaning over as much as you can keep control. And then exhale, squeeze and lift up. Good. Inhale, keep some length as you lower. And exhale to lift. Keep that going, working into your obliques, those side abdominals. But what's keeping you really stable here is the strength of your hips. So really think about rooting down through that right shin, lifting up through your right hip. And then same thing with that left leg, push through the left foot, think plug in through the left hip. Lovely stuff, just 2 more. Inhale to dip, exhale to lift. This time as you inhale, dip and hold. If you're feeling saucy, let your arms reach, biceps by the ears for 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your right hand down, left hand to your hip. Now think about continuing to lift up out of that right hip, staying pretty long through that right side waist. Bring your attention now into your left glute. Let's start to lift that left leg any amount. and then tap your left toes back down. So inhale to lift, exhale to lower. So we're really focusing on the outer glute here, outer hip of this left side. It doesn't really matter how high you lift your leg. We're thinking more about the control in the movement, right? So you're not just flinging your leg up and letting it drop back down, but you're really intentional with this shape. Now it's gonna get tempting to start to sink into that right side of your body. As best you can, keep pressing up out of your right palm, staying long and lifted through your right side body. So good. Hopefully now you're feeling a little fire building in your glute here, in your hip. Notice if that left hip has tried to open up. See if you can keep it stacked in line with your right. Good, we're just here for another 4. So good, last 3. Keep breathing, last 2. And on this last one, we're gonna hold it up there. Toes pointed or flexed, that's up to you. We're gonna sweep that straight left leg forward any amount, and then send that straight left leg back until you feel a little squeeze in your lower glute. Good, inhale, sweep your leg forward, keep your core strong. Exhale, sweep your leg back without bowing through your back body. Keep that motion going. Now, option here, if you're really just tired of this side plank position, you can take this down, laying on your side, keeping that bottom knee bent and letting that top leg travel. Sometimes that can give you a little bit more range of motion if that feels good. By staying in that side plank position, you're just integrating more of your body into the movement. So building more overall strength, not just in your hip. Good, doesn't matter how far your leg goes. Again, we're just looking for that sense of control in the movement. Trying to keep your foot about in line with your hip if you can. We've got one more. Inhale to sweep the leg forward and exhale to sweep it back. Once you're done, leg can come down. If you're not already there, come down onto your side. And if you'd like, you can tap it out through that left glute. Awesome, coming onto your back when you're ready. As you lay down, hug your knees to your chest for a moment. Maybe take a little rock side to side. Good, full breath in. Let it out. Awesome. Hands come behind your head once again, elbows nice and wide. Draw your navel in and press your low ribs down towards the mat. Now remember that frog leg position we did in our downward facing dog? We're gonna find that again here. So heels together, toes apart, knees nice and wide towards your armpits. Take an inhale here to push your feet away on a 45-degree angle, letting your thighs come together. As you exhale, re-bend your knees, and as you do, lift your head and shoulders, add a little crunch. Lovely. Inhale, lower your head as you lengthen your legs. And exhale, knees in, crunch up. Keep that going with your breath. Find the pace that feels right for you. Now, this abdominal crunch is optional. If it's starting to irritate your head, your neck, your shoulders, you can always take that out of the equation and just focus on moving through your legs. Now, the lower you send your legs towards the mat as you lengthen them out, the more you're gonna feel that in your low belly. So if you would like a little bit more core today, feel free to experiment with that movement. Just making sure that the legs don't go so low that you feel your back begin to arch. You want to keep that integrity through the core. Good. Inhale to zip your legs together. Exhale to reset. Let's do 3 more of these. Feeling into your inner thighs, into your core. Keep breathing through the movement. Beautiful. Now the next time that you inhale and lengthen your legs away from you, pause there. Arms come down, head and shoulders relaxed on the mat, low ribs into the floor. Point your toes now and begin to flutter your feet. So legs are gonna go one over the other, switching as you go. Now you choose how fast or slow you wanna make this movement. Again, remember, control is the aim of the game. And then again, if you wanna add on, we can lower the legs down as you inhale and flutter the legs up as you exhale. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, and lift. 2, 3, 4. Lower, 2, 3, 4, and lift. 2, 3, 4. You got it. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Choose your adventure with these flutter kicks. See what feels best for you. Last inhale to lower and exhale to lift. As you get to the top, hug your knees back in towards your chest and give yourself a nice big squeeze. Beautifully done. Now from here, you're just gonna roll over onto your left side so we can do that side plank series on the other side. I'm just gonna come up and move so I can face you guys. So resetting here, we're gonna be now on our left shin with our right leg nice and long, left hand down on the mat to begin. So left toes are back behind you, pointing towards that long edge of the mat. That way you can really open up your body towards the side. Push down to the outer edge of your right foot. Use the strength of your core to lift yourself up to kneeling. Hands behind your head, getting ready to get into those obliques. Let's take an inhale here. As you exhale, lower down, tipping over like a little teapot as far as you can go with control. And then inhale to lift. Good. Exhale to lower. Now remember, the rest of your body is staying really strong and stable to support you. So we're not looking for any movement going on through the hips, through the lower body. We're focusing on stability there. So the only movement is coming through the side of your waist, those oblique muscles lifting you up and lowering you down. Good. Bring your chin back towards your neck a little bit, almost like you're trying to make a double chin. Good. And feel that your chest can stay nice and open, nice and proud. We've got 3 more on this side. Keep lifting up out of that left hip as you move. You got this. One more full one here. Lower down. Squeeze to lift back up. And then this time as you tip over, left hand comes to the mat, right hand to your hip. Bringing your awareness now down into that right outer glute, we'll begin to lift and lower through that right leg. So again, stability and strength through the rest of your body. Pushing up and out from that left shin, left hand. Feeling that strength through your core, navel in, low ribs back. Beautiful. Now you choose if you'd like to point or flex your right toes. I do find it changes the sensation a little bit, so you might like one option over the other. Doesn't particularly matter, whatever feels best for you. And keep your focus on that outer right glute, into that outer right hip. Really feel the strength that you're building there. Nice and long to the entirety of your leg as you lift and lower. Another 4. Breathe with it. 3. So good. Last 2. And on this last one, we're going to hold it up. Sweeping your right leg forward any amount. And then send your right leg back just till you feel that squeeze in your glute. Good. And then when you're ready, sweep it forward. And then send it back. Option if you want it to come down onto your left side. I like calendar pose here, hand holding my head. Sweeping the leg forward, sending your leg back. Now, whatever option you choose, be really careful that that right hip isn't opening up. Again, we don't care how far the leg gets forward and back, but we want that stability, that control through the hips. So really feel that strength through your center, helping to guide your leg. Just 3 more here. Really cherishing that little squeeze through your glute as your leg sweeps back. Lovely. And last one, trying to keep your foot nice and high, in line with that hip if you can. Once you're done, bring your foot down, relax onto your side if you're not already there, and maybe find a little release for that right glute. Really, really well done. From here, we're gonna come onto our bellies. So make your way unceremoniously onto your stomach. I like to make a little pillow for myself here. So stacking one hand on top of the other, hands come underneath your forehead. I'm just gonna lift my head so I can talk to you for a moment, but feel free to keep your head relaxed down on your hands. Legs are reaching back in line with your hips, so just a natural hips width distance there. I recommend toes untucked for this, so you can really push the tops of your feet into the floor. Now push your feet down so much so that you feel your kneecaps lift off the floor. So lots of strength there through the legs. Think about lengthening your tailbone towards your heels so that we can keep any movement, any stress out of the low back. And of course, as always, navel hugs to spine. Now moving just through your right leg, take an inhale here. As you exhale, begin to bend your right knee, draw your heel towards your glute. Inhale, lengthen, maybe just hover your right foot. And exhale, bend your knee, heel to glute. Again, inhale, lengthen, little hamstring curls. Exhale, bend your knee. Just two more. Inhale to reach. Exhale to bend. Last one. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl in this time. Hold here. Maybe flex your foot. See how that feels. Squeeze your heel in a little bit closer. Then push your pelvis down as you kick your right heel up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your right knee bent. Open it out to your side. So knee comes about in line with your hip, making this, again, frog-like shape with your body. As you send that right knee to the side, can you turn your right hip down towards the floor? That way you start to really feel that stretch through your hip, your inner thigh. Now this might not be super intense, that's okay. If you do need a bit more sensation, your knee can come higher towards your right shoulder. But we want to maintain this heaviness through the pelvis, length through the sides of your waist, just nice sweet stretch through the right hip. Full breath in here. And slow breath out. One more inhale. And exhale. If you'd like to stay here longer, please feel free. Otherwise, right leg will go back to meet your left, and we'll try that on the other side. So forehead relaxing on your hands. Let the effort be just in your lower body here. Navel in, tailbone long, tops of your feet press down, really active through your legs. Just the left leg is going to move as you inhale here. Exhale, curl your heel towards your glutes. Lovely. Inhale, lengthen, maybe just hover that left leg. And exhale, heel to glute. Hamstring curls as you inhale. And exhale, keep your hips heavy, pelvis pressing down. Keep this going. We've got 3 more. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to curl. Find the pace that works for you. And on this last one, as you exhale and curl in, flex your foot, really drive your heel towards your booty, and then we're going to push the foot to the sky, like you're kicking through the ceiling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your left knee out nice and wide. Find that half frog stretch here. So left knee about in line with your hip, ankle in line with your knee. Press your pelvis towards the floor and relax as best you can. Again, this might not be the most intense stretch that you've ever felt. That's okay. Your lower body just did a lot, so you don't want to shock it too much with a super deep stretch here. Smooth, steady breaths as you inhale and exhale. One more here. Inhale and exhale. As you feel ready, left knee comes back to meet your right leg, and then flip yourself over onto your back whenever you're ready. As you come onto your back, it might feel good to stretch your legs out long. Maybe you prefer to hug your knees to your chest. Choose what feels best for you. And we're all going to meet with our knees bent, feet planted flat on the mat. Right knee will hug in towards your chest, and then place your right ankle on the top of your left thigh. Let your right knee open wide into a figure 4 stretch. So targeting that outer right hip that we strengthened so much in this practice. If this feels good, stay right here. If you'd like a bit more sensation, you can lift your left foot, hug your knees to your chest, just reaching through that hole in your legs to grab onto the back of your thigh. I encourage you to flex your feet here, just protecting your knees so you can really keep this stretch into the muscles around your hip. Feel your tailbone, your spine, the muscles of your back relax into the mat. And find those smooth, steady breaths here. You can let your belly button, that low belly, release a bit, letting go of that really intense core connection that we've kept throughout the practice. Letting your breath stretch through your belly. And we've got one more inhale on this side. Use your exhale to slowly unwind your legs so we can take it to the other side. So left knee to your chest, left ankle to the top of your right thigh. Maybe stay right here, just using your left hand to press your thigh away. Feel that stretch in your outer left hip. If you'd like a bit more, you can lift your legs, hug your knees in. Nice, sweet stretch here. Relax your shoulders, your neck. Soften the muscles of your face. Maybe even wiggle your toes while you're here. I always find I weirdly keep some tension there in my toes. And let's take 3 more full breaths on this side. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose or mouth to create some more space for your left hip. And all together, we'll take one more inhale here. As you exhale, gently release your legs down, feet flat on the mat. Heel toe your feet nice and wide apart, knees stay bent, and we'll take that windshield wiper action again, dropping your knees to one side and then the other. This time you might like to add a little stretch through your chest, bringing your arms to a cactus shape, or maybe out to a T if you've got the space. Palms face up so that your shoulders can relax back and down. And it might feel good to pause with your knees to one side, just letting yourself find a gentle twist here. If you'd like to intensify that twist, you can always stack one leg on top of the other until your hips are stacked. And wherever you choose to be, give yourself another breath to explore. Inhale. And exhale. And let's meet back with feet planted about hips width distance. I invite you to place one hand over your belly, one hand over your heart. Close your eyes if they're not already. And take a few final breaths here to let your body really soak in everything you've just done. Gratitude for how powerful your body is, for the strength that you possess and that you're building throughout your practice here. And I thank you so much for choosing to meet me on the mat today. Until we meet here again, be well.